Hi, this is Maths with BrushMyQuant. In this video, we'll be solving SAT Practice Test 2, Maths section, Module 1. The line graph shows the percentage of cars for sale at a used car lot on a given day by model year. So model year is given here, and in the y-axis, percentage of cars for sale is given. For what model year is the percentage of cars for sale the smallest? So we have given a line graph here, and we need to find when exactly is it touching the smallest value, right? Which is over here. So that will be in year 2014. So answer will be option number C. For a particular machine that produces beads, 29 out of every 100 beads it produces have a defect. So 29 out of 100 will actually have a defect. A bead produced by the machine will be selected at random. What is the probability of selecting a bead that has a defect? So we need to find the probability of picking up a defected bead. That means probability will be number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of outcomes. Favorable outcomes in this case will be number of defective beads, which is 29, and total number of outcomes will be 100. So probability of picking a defected bead will be 29 by 100 and will be option number C. Now, did you notice one thing here? As and when I was reading a statement, I was actually converting that to an expression or an equation, right? So that by the time I'm done reading the problem, all my equations are ready and it becomes easier for me to solve that word problem. So do remember this and let's try and apply this to other problems in this section. Now in the figure, line M is parallel to line N. So two parallel lines are given to us and line T intersects both the lines, right? And line T is intersecting both the lines. And whenever we know we have this kind of problems, it's always about finding equal angles. So this angle will be equal to this angle, which is opposite angle. And since line M is parallel to N, so these two angles will also be equal. What is the value of X? So this becomes X. X and 33 will be 180. So X plus 33 is equal to 180. And X will be equal to 180 minus 33 and will be equal to 147, right? So answer will be option number D. What is the y-intercept of the graph shown? So graph is shown to us and we need to find the y-intercept. Now what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept is when the graph intersects the y-axis and that's when the value of x becomes 0. That means this point over here. We can see it is intersecting at the point 8 and the value of x coordinate will be 0. So answer will be 0, 8 and will be option number D. Similarly, if they would have asked you the x-intercept, so x-intercept is when the line touches the x-axis and in the x-axis, the value of y coordinate becomes 0. The total cost f of x in dollars to lease a car for 36 months from a particular car dealership is given by f of x is equal to 36x. So f of x is equal to 36x plus 1000, where x is the monthly payment in dollar, right? So this is the monthly payment in dollar. And 1000 looks like an initial payment or a fixed payment for this. What is the total cost to lease a car when the monthly payment is $400? So the monthly payment is 400. That means the value of x is 400. So this becomes 36 into 400 plus 1000. That means this becomes 6 into 4, 24, 4, 3, 12 to 14, 0, 0 plus 1000. So that will become $15,400, right? So answer will be option number C. Each side of a square has length of 45. What is the perimeter of the square? So we know that if a square has side A, the perimeter will be equal to 4 times A, where A is the side. So that means the perimeter will be 4 into 45 and will be equal to 180. So answer for question number 6 will be 180. 55 by x plus 6 is equal to x. What is the positive solution to the given equation? So 55 by x plus 6 is equal to x. We can cross multiply to have 55 is equal to x square plus 6x. Then we have x square plus 6x minus 55 is equal to 0. 55 can be split as 5 into 11. That means this becomes x square plus 11x minus 5x minus 55 is equal to 0. What have we done here? So we have split the middle term into two terms such that sum of those two terms is equal to the middle term, which is 6x, and the product of these two terms is equal to product of the first term and the last term, which is minus 55x square. We can take x common, so x plus 11 minus 5 times x plus 11 is equal to 0. So x plus 11 times x minus 5 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to 5 or minus 11. But they are asking us only for the positive solution. That means answer will be 5. An object travels at a constant speed of 12 centimeters per second. So speed is 12 centimeters per second. At this speed, what is the time in seconds that it would take for the object to travel 108 centimeters? So 12 centimeters, it is able to travel in 1 second. That means 108 centimeters, it will be able to travel in 108 multiplied by 1 divided by 12, and that will be equal to 9 seconds, right? So answer will be option number A. Data set X is equal to 59913. Data set Y is equal to 5991327. The list give the values in the data set X and Y. Which statement correctly compares the mean of the data set X and the mean of data set Y? Now, if you look at the two data sets, both of them have positive values, and data set Y is actually a superset of data set X, right? And has an extra value which is bigger than all the values in data set X. So any day, mean of data set Y will actually be more than mean of data set X, right? So we can directly go ahead and say that the mean of data set X is actually lesser than the mean of data set Y, and mark option choice B. You can still go ahead and solve the problem, and I'll give you some tips for solving for mean for data set X. There's distance of 4 between these two terms, no distance, again distance of 4. That means the set is symmetric. So mean will be the mean of the middle two values and will be equal to 9 itself. And you can use your calculator to go ahead and potentially find the mean of data set Y by adding all the values and dividing by 5, right? So you can do that. A rocket contained 467,000 kgs of propellant before launch. So 467 kgs of propellant before launch. Exactly 21 seconds after launch, 362,105 kg of this propellant remained, right? So this got reduced to 362,105. This has happened in 21 seconds. On average, approximately how much propellant in kg did the rocket burn in each second after the launch? So we can just subtract these two values and divide by 21 to get the answer. You can use your calculator to do this. So let's quickly go ahead and do that. So we will have 467,000 minus 362,105 divided by 21, and will be equal to 4995, and will be equal to option number A. If 4x plus 2 is equal to 12, what is the value of 16x plus 8? Right? There are multiple ways of solving this. If you use logic, you will see that this is 4x, this is 16x. That means it got multiplied by 4. And the 2 also got multiplied by 4, right? So that means if you directly multiply 12 by 4, you will get the value of 48. And that will be the value of 16x plus 8, right? So answer will be option number B. You can very well solve the equation also if you want to solve for x or for 4x. In order to do it, we need to make sure that all the variables are on one side and all the constants are on the other side, right? So we can write 4x is equal to 12 minus 2, which will be equal to 10. I can either find the value of x or I can leave it as 4x itself. 16x will be 4 times of this. So 4 times of 10, which is 40. And then I can add 8 to it to get the value of 16x plus 8, which will be equal to 48, which is option number B. An object is kicked from a platform. The equation h is equal to minus 4.9 t square plus 7t plus 9 represents this situation where h is the height of the object above the ground in meters t second after it is kicked. What number represents the height in meters from where the object was kicked? Right, so the height is given by minus 4.9 t square plus 7t plus 9. And this is the height when the time is t seconds. So when the object was kicked, the time was actually equal to 0 second. So it will be equal to minus 4.9 into 0 square plus 7 into 0 plus 9, and will be equal to 0 plus 0 plus 9, or will be equal to 9 itself, right? So height was 9, which is option number C. So f of x is equal to 4x square minus 50x plus 126. The given equation defines the function f. For what values of x does f of x reach its minima? Right, so f of x is actually of the form a times x minus h whole square plus any number, let's say k, Now this will reach minimum when x is equal to h, right? So we need to find the value of h. So let's simplify this. So we have f of x is equal to 4x square minus 50x plus 126. So we can take 4 common here. So this becomes 4 times x square minus 50 by 4 will become 25x by 2. We can leave 126 as it is. Now this we need to write a minus b whole square. So 4 times x square minus 2 into x into 25 by 4, so that we get 25x by 2 as a middle term, plus 25 by 4 whole square minus 25 by 4 whole square plus 126, right? So now this term will become 4 times x minus 25 by 4 whole square. This minus 25 by 4 whole square we can take out. So this will become minus 4 into 25 by 4 whole square plus 126. And this will be some expression, right? We don't need to worry about this. So our answer will be 25 by 4, which is the value of h. There is another way of solving this if you know differentiation. So you can directly do d by dx of 4x square minus 50x plus 126 and equate that to 0. So this becomes 8x minus 50 is equal to 0, or x becomes 50 by 8, or will be equal to 25 by 4, right? So answer will be 25 by 4 in this case. A small business owner budgets $2,200 to purchase candles. The owner must purchase a minimum of 200 candles. So 2,200 is what the owner has budgeted. So purchase a minimum of 200 candles to maintain the discounted price. If the owner pays 4.90 per candle to purchase small candles and 11.6 per candle to purchase large candles, what is the maximum number of candles the owner can purchase to stay within the budget and maintain the discounted price, right? So small candles is paying $4.9. Let's say X number of candles he's buying. The big candles he's paying $11.6. Let's say Y number of candles he's buying. And this total thing, he has to purchase at least minimum of 200 candles, right? And the budget is equal to $2,200 is what he has. So X plus Y should always be greater than equal to 200. Now we need to find the maximum number of large candles the owner can purchase. The large candle is Y, so that means let's substitute the value of X in this equation. So we can write the value of X as 2,200 minus 11.6y divided by 4.9 plus y is greater than equal to 200. That means we can simplify this. 2,200 minus 11.6y plus 4.9y is greater than equal to 200 into 4.9. Let's use our calculator to solve this. So we will have 2,200 minus 200 into 4.9, which is equal to 980, is greater than equal to 11.6 minus 4.9 will be equal to 6.7y. That means the value of y should be less than equal to 2,200 minus 980, which is 1220 divided by 6.7. So if we do 1220 divided by 6.7, we will get the value as 182, right? So y should be less than equal to 182. That means the maximum number of large candles the owner can buy will be equal to 182 candles. In the linear function f of 0 is equal to 8, f of 1 is equal to 12. What is the equation that defines f, right? So f of 0 is equal to 8. That means f of, let's say, x will be something like a constant, let's say a into x plus b, because it's a linear function. If you put x is equal to 0, we get the value as 8. That means the value of b is 8. So we can write f of x as a into x plus 8. Now f of 1 is 12. So if you put x is equal to 1, so f of 1 becomes a into 1 plus 8. So that means 12 is equal to a plus 8. So a is equal to 4. That means the function can be written as 4x plus 8, right? So answer will be option number D. The function f of w is equal to 6w square gives the area of a rectangle in square feet if the width is W. So the width is W and the length is 6 times its width, right? So length is 6W. Definitely the area will be length into width will be 6W square. Which of the following is the best interpretation of f of 14? So f of 14 is equal to 1176. If we divide 1176 by 6, we will get this value as 1 and then 57, 6 nines are 54 and 36, so 6. So 6 into 196. 196, we know that it is 14 square. That means the width is 14. So if the width of the rectangle is 14, then the area of the rectangle is 1176 feet square, which is correct. If the width of the rectangle is 14 feet, then the length of the rectangle is this, which is wrong. If the width of the rectangle is 1176, which is wrong. If the width of the rectangle is 1176, which is also wrong, right? So answer will be option number A. If the width of the rectangle is 14 feet, then the area of the rectangle is 1176 feet square. The circle shown has center O, circumference of 144 pi, and the diameter PR and QS are diameters. The length of the arc PS, which is this arc, is twice the length of the arc PQ. Okay. What is the length of the arc QR? Now we know that the value of or the formula for length of an arc is equal to theta by 360 into 2 pi r, right? Where 2 pi r is the circumference and theta is the angle which that particular arc makes at the center. Now, since the length of this arc PS is twice the length of this arc PQ, so if this angle was x, this angle will become 2x. That means the sum of the two angles, x plus 2x, which are making a straight line, will be 180 degree. 3x is equal to 180, or x is equal to 180 by 3, or will be equal to 60. Now, what is the length of the arc QR? If you look at the arc QR, it is actually opposite to this angle, right? Or it is forming this angle with the center, which is same as 2x. That means length of arc QR will be the same as length of arc PS. Now, there are multiple ways of solving this, right? So now we know all the angles. So this angle will be x. So if we sum all the angles, sum of all the angles will become 6x. That means length of arc RQ or QR will be 2x by 6x multiplied by the circumference, which is 144 pi, and that will be equal to 144 pi by 3 and will be equal to 48 pi, right? So answer will be option number B. We could have very well found the angles also, right? So we already found the value of x as 60 degree. So 2x value will become 120. So it becomes 120 by 360 into the circumference, which is 144 pi. So again, 144 pi by 3 and will be equal to option number B. A company that provides whale watching tour takes groups of 21 people at a time, right? So groups of 21 people at a time. The company's revenue is $80 per adult and $60 per child, right? So 80 multiplied by adult and 60 multiplied for each child. Let's say 8 adults and 6 children are taken. If the company's revenue for one age group consisting of adults and children was $1440, how many people in the group were children? So it is taking 21 people at a time. That means adults plus children is equal to 21. And is asking how many people in the group were children. So let's eliminate the adults. So A is equal to 21 minus C. So 80 multiplied by 21 minus C plus 60C is equal to 1440. We can divide everything by 20. So this becomes 4, this becomes 3, this will become 72. So this will become 84 minus 4C plus 3C is equal to 72. Or 84 minus 72 is 12. 4C, 3C will cancel out and we'll have C, right? So number of children C will be equal to 12. So option number C. The function h is defined by h of x is equal to 4x plus 28. That means when x is equal to 0, h of 0 is equal to 28. The graph of y is equal to hx. So y is equal to hx. In the xy plane has an x-intercept at point a comma 0 and a y-intercept at point 0 comma b, where a and b are constant. What is the value of a and b? So x-intercept means when the value of y is 0. So if we put y is equal to 0, and x is equal to a, we will get the value of a. That means a is equal to 28 divided by -4 and will be equal to -7. And the value of y-intercept is 0, b, right? Y-intercept is when the value of x becomes 0. So that means b is equal to 4 into 0 plus 28, or b will be equal to 28 itself. So a plus b will be equal to -7 plus 28 and will be equal to 21. So answer will be option number A. One of the factors of 2x cubed plus 4x square plus 208x is x plus b. If b is a positive constant, what is the smallest possible value of b? Since x plus b is a factor of this, that means x plus b equal to 0 or x is equal to minus b will actually satisfy this particular expression, right? So we can substitute x is equal to minus b here, and this entire value will be equal to 0, right? So we can equate this to 0. So this will become minus 2b cubed plus 42b squared minus 208b is equal to 0. We can take minus 2b common. So it will become minus 2b times b squared minus 21b plus 104 is equal to 0. So we can split minus 21b as b squared minus 13b minus 8b plus 104 is equal to 0, because minus 13b minus 8b will become minus 21b, and the product of those two will become product of b square and 104, which will be 104b square. So minus 2b multiplied by, we can take b common, b times b minus 13 minus 8 times b minus 13 is equal to 0. Now both of these values will be positive actually, b minus 13 and b minus 8 and minus 2b, right? So the possible values of b are, b can be 0, 8 or 13. Since they are asking the smallest possible value and b is a positive constant, that means the value of b will be 8. Y is equal to minus 1.5 and y is equal to x square plus 8x plus a, and that will be equal to minus 1.5. In the given system of equation, a is a positive constant. The system has exactly one distinct real solution. What is the value of a? Now system has exactly one distinct real solution, right? So let's simplify this first. So x square plus 8x plus a plus 1.5 is equal to 0. Now if you are able to write this in the form x plus something whole square, then it will have only one solution, right? Because then there will be only one value of x. So in order to do this, we can write a square or x square plus 2 into a, which is the first term, which is x, multiplied by b, which will be the second term, which will be 4, right? Because this is 8x. That means this number is nothing but equal to 4 square. So a plus 1.5 is equal to 4 square. So a plus 1.5 is equal to 16, and a will be equal to 16 minus 1.5, or will be equal to 14.5, right? So answer will be 14.5 for. So answer for this question will be 14.5. F of x is equal to x plus 6 multiplied by x plus 5 multiplied by x minus 4. The function f is given. Which table of values represents y is equal to f of x minus 3? Right, so that will become y is equal to x plus 6 times x plus 5 times x minus 4 minus 3. Now let's see which of these values will satisfy this, right? If I have to glance through the option choices, I might probably look for a value of y which is equal to minus 3, because then that means that this value should be equal to 0. Let's look at option number B. Y is equal to minus 3 when x is equal to minus 6, which is true, because if x becomes minus 6, this value becomes 0. X is equal to minus 5, that means this value will become 0, and x is equal to plus 4, that means this value will become 0. So option number B will be the answer, where we are able to find all the three values which are satisfying this equation. For the function q, the value of qx decreases by 45% for every increase in the value of x by 1. That means whenever x is increasing by 1, the value of q is actually decreasing by 45%. Right? So x increases by 1, q decreases by 45%. If q of 0 is equal to 14, right? So q of 0 is 14, which equation defines the value of q? Now q is decreasing by 45%, right? That means it is actually becoming 1 minus 45 by 100, which is equal to 55 by 100 of the previous value, right? So which is 0.55. So we are looking for a function of q of x, which has a constant as 14 for the value of x as 0 and gets multiplied with 0.55 raised to x power, right? Because for every increase in the value of x, it is actually getting multiplied by 0.55. So answer, if we glance to the option choices, answer will be option number C for this one. The graph of y is equal to fx plus 14 is shown. Which equation defines the function f of f? So a function is given to us which is touching the y-axis at the point 0, 2 and touching the x-axis at the point 8, 0, right? So we are looking for that kind of graph. Now you have to be a bit careful while solving this, right? Because what is happening here is the graph is actually y is equal to f of x plus 14, but they have given you the equation for f of x. So a good way of solving this is to add 14 to all the option choices to start with, so that you don't miss out on the actual equation and then equate it to y, right? So this is the value of y in all the cases. So this will become plus 2. I can remove this 2. This will become 30. I can remove this 2. This will become 16. I can remove this. And this will cancel out, right? So this one is y is equal to minus x by 4 plus 2. This is y is equal to minus x by 4 plus 30. This is equal to y is equal to minus x by 4 plus 16. And the last one is y is equal to minus x by 4. Now, when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2, that means this is not possible. We can remove this. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2, we can remove this, we can remove this, and this will be our answer, right? So satisfy the first one. Let's look at the second one also. I'm sure it will satisfy. So when x is equal to 8, so minus 8 by 4 plus 2, which becomes minus 2 plus 2 and will be equal to 0, right? So answer will be option number A, which is satisfying all the conditions. RS is equal to 20, ST is equal to 48, TR is equal to 52. The side lengths of the right triangle RST are given. So RST side length are given. It's a right triangle. Let's draw it like this. The biggest is 52. That means let's take this as T, this as R. So hypotenuse becomes 52. This as S. So RS is 20, ST is 48. Triangle RST is similar to triangle UVW. So there is a similar triangle UVW where R corresponds to U, S corresponds to V, and T corresponds to W, right? So this is also a right triangle where S corresponds to V and T corresponds to W, right? We have taken that. What is the value of tan of W? Since the triangles are similar, that means their angles will also be same. So angle W will actually be equal to angle T. And we know that tan of, let's say, angle T will be equal to opposite side, which is SR or RS divided by TS, right? So it will be equal to 20 by 48, 4 5 times and 4 12 times. So answer will be B, which is 5 by 12. 1 gallon of paint will cover 220 square feet of a surface. So 1 gallon of paint will cover 220 square feet of surface. A room has a total wall area of W feet square. So area is W feet square. So this requires 1 gallon. Which equation represents the total amount of paint P in gallon needed to paint the walls of the room twice? So if you have to paint the walls of the room twice, that means we have to paint the area twice. So it will become 2W feet square. And this will require overall 2W multiplied by 1 divided by 220, or will be equal to W by 110 gallons of paint. So which will be option number A. The number A is 110% greater than number B. That means A is equal to B plus B multiplied by 110, which becomes B plus 1.1 times B, or will be equal to 2.1 times B. Or you can also read this whenever you're reading greater. That means you can already say that A is equal to 210% of B, right? So that will directly come as 2.1 times B. The number B is 90% less than 47. That means B is equal to 47 minus 47 times 90 by 100. Or if it is 90% less than 47, so you can do 100 minus 90, which is 10%. That means b is equal to 10% of 47, or will be equal to 10 divided by 100 into 47, or will be equal to 4.7. What is the value of a? So a is equal to 2.1 times 4.7. You can use your calculator to calculate this. And if you do that, you will get the value as 2.1 multiplied by 4.7 as 9.87. Right? So answer will be 9.87 for this problem. Hope you found this video useful and do share your comments on the video. Thank you.